It is a warm day here on the homestead. Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're gonna be moving these guys that are in the barn outside into the chicken coop down there. And while we do that, I have a topic that I wanna talk about today. Step one, we need to get some feed for them down there, and we also need to clean out their water and take it down there for them. So let's start with the feed. We have a new bag of chick feed. I'm actually gonna fill this 5-gallon bucket up and we'll put a lid on it so they'll have feed for multiple days. It's probably about 10 pounds, maybe 15 pounds of food in there. So for some of you guys who are longtime viewers, you may know that from the very beginning of this channel, actually my second ever video, the one where I moved the chicken coop, which is a painful video to go back and watch.
So, this morning, for the first time ever, I'm going to be moving this fencing.
You know, when I first started this channel, I started looking for cameras to use. I thought about maybe using my iPhone at the time, but at the same time, I wanted to get an action camera. Because as I've mentioned before, I do other things that I would like to document besides the farm. We do a lot of four-wheeler riding around here, so I wanted to be able to document that. So when I decided that I wanted to start a YouTube channel and start documenting the farm, I started looking into cameras, and because at the time I was on a tighter budget when it came to cameras, I ended up getting my first camera, which was the GoPro Hero 9. And I used that camera for about a year and a half. Hello everybody. Yes. Now if you would just join us down at the chicken coop, you could have all the food and water you want. Mark my words, they'll be down there within 2 weeks. I'll be starting the baby chicks off in the inside of the chicken coop for a couple weeks so that they can get very well acclimated. That was definitely my biggest mistake with my past chickens and not leaving them in the chicken coop for long enough. I must go turn the hose on now. So that camera worked very well for the year and a half that I used it for. The biggest problem with GoPros is that they overheat very easily. So many features are put into this tiny little camera. You know, they have 4K resolution on the newer ones, and they have a feature where it makes it so when I'm walking it doesn't seem all shaky. It's quite smooth. But where they lack is the fact that they overheat so easily, and the fact that the battery life is not the greatest, which is something for a long time I have just put up with. And specifically in the last couple weeks, I mentioned this point in one of my videos. I actually have to rethink my whole strategy, seeing as my camera does overheat a lot in the summer. Thanks, GoPro. Yes, so I've been very concerned about this summer and my heat for cameras, and I'm going to be needing them for longer recording times, and it's just making it harder and harder to use GoPros. Let me give you an example. I record my videos in 4K resolution, so record in 120 FPS. So very high quality. I have been recording for about 9 minutes now, and in about 5 or 6 minutes, I will have to cool the camera off or it will overheat. In my eyes, that's a problem. And I hear a lot of people talk about it, and it's become a very big con about GoPros. You know, it's a great action camera. They're very powerful. And they have a nice thick outer case where, you know, this camera is waterproof and everything, and it's their selling point. But the biggest con is that they overheat so easily. And for me, out here on this homestead, it's really hot out here. It's about 75-80 degrees out here, and the fact that this camera can overheat that easily is just sad. I lost the plugs for this water. Like, you're supposed to put a plug here so the water doesn't come out until you put the top back on it. So I just have to hold it with my finger. Should I move this closer to the chicken coop before filling it all the way up with 5 gallons of water? Yeah, but I didn't. Oh, sometimes I don't think things through all the way. So I've been thinking about what to do with the chicken coop and the state of it. The fact that there wasn't any birds in it over the winter was a problem. There was a lot of mouse droppings and old chicken poop and some old feed. So I ended up taking some time today and actually power washing the entire thing down. So I power washed the entire floor down. I should have taken a picture when I started, but some chickens actually got into a fight in the fall, and I don't know if I ever got it documented, but there was blood on this wall. And also last, I think it was in the spring, this chicken coop actually tipped over on its side with a bunch of chickens in it. Unfortunately, one did die, but other than that, they were all okay. It didn't hurt this at all. The only thing it did was put this dent in the side of the chicken coop. But because it was on its side for so long, with the chickens in it, because the door was faced straight up, so you couldn't get to the door. And it was about 10 or 15 hours before we were actually able to get the chicken coop picked back up straight. So there was so much poop across this wall, it was crazy. It took me forever to clean it off. And I tried to get this as clean as possible. So this is our nesting boxes, and they're the nest. We keep it covered at night so that the chickens don't go in and sleep in the nesting boxes. We may have to replace this sheet, but it works pretty good for right now. I have an extra roosting bar, which I also cleaned today. I cleaned these chicken feeders out very good. I'm actually very proud of this because this was really dirty. I've had this one for about 4 years now. For anyone who owns these waters, they will understand my pain of how hard these waters are to clean if you don't keep up on it, especially if it sits all winter long. I don't know if there's a bee's nest in here or something, but there's like 6 bees in here. But they're just big bumblebees. I'm not super worried about it. We'll probably just put these two things. We'll just put them right there. We don't need those right now. So the chickens will stay locked in here with food and water for about 2 weeks. They will be able to get lots of sunshine and lots of fresh air because this top is all open, but also the bottom is slatted. So all their poop will fall through. And no predators can get to them because of the big electric fence we have around the entire perimeter of our fence for Lucy. They will be very, very happy birds in here. The only thing we need to do is get this totally set up for them. We'll take this water over and fill it up too. This water has been slowly leaking out the entire time we were gone. But it's okay, because it still probably has about 4 gallons in it or so. So over the last couple weeks, I've been putting a lot of thought into what I wanted to do about my camera situation. Before we do anything else, we need to turn this hose off. But speaking of overheating, so that my camera doesn't overheat, we need to cool this camera off. And what is the way we do this in the summertime? We stick it in the cow trough. Well, I hope the mic quality is good for you guys after that little swim you guys just took. Let's go turn this hose off. So like I said, I've been going through a lot of thought for my camera situation this summer. One of my options was to do what I'm doing today, and that is no external microphone, which makes the mic quality a little worse. Keeps it a little cooler though. Carry a lot of extra batteries with me to deal with the battery problem of it running out of battery so quick. I even thought about switching over to just using my iPhone, which I actually recorded a video with just my iPhone, and it turned out horrible quality. But I had one other option: start looking into other camera brands. And that's exactly what I started doing. I wasn't even 100% sure I was gonna get a different type of camera. I looked at the entire GoPro line of all their different types of cameras they make, and all of them have that same problem of overheating. It's either you have less overheating, but the battery quality is even worse, and just the quality of the camera isn't as good. Okay, we get to carry these now. The one thing about recording farm content is that you always have to walk back and go get the camera. It does definitely take a couple extra minutes to actually record you doing the chores than just doing the chores. But it's okay. I enjoy it, and I know you guys enjoy it too. Put that in there. I got all the birds in this carrier. My camera actually overheated just sitting there. They'll be okay being in this kennel because they're only going to be in there for about another minute or 2. So with that all being said about my camera situation, I ended up finding a different brand. I got an Insta360 camera. It's the X3, I think is the one it is. But I'm actually really excited. It should be coming from Amazon today, actually. What's really neat is that the Insta360 cameras can record 360 degrees. So there'll be a different kind of video that I'll be able to make. For any of you guys who watch Morgan Gold at Goldstraw Farms, he does them a couple times a year, 360 videos, and they're really neat to watch. We'll definitely be making some videos like that. Okay, go guys. My camera actually overheated again just walking down here. All the birds are in here, and everybody thinks they're about to fall through, so they are actually really freaked out right now because of the slants in the floor. The birds can't fall through, and we don't have to worry about any predators or anything because they're in this big fence. So you can see they're already going crazy over the food. And they're definitely quite freaked out at the moment, so we'll give them a little bit of time to get acclimated in here. I'll put this board up against here just to make sure that the door doesn't get blown open or anything. I'm gonna hate having to unravel that fencing. So I just looked at Amazon, and the camera's supposed to be here later this evening. And that's pretty much all the farm content that I have for you guys today. Biggest thing was just moving those birds down here. But everyone else on the farm is doing really, really good. As for this area, we want to give the grass time to come up and everything before we try and get bales like this out so we don't ruin the grass that's already coming up. But guys, I actually have to head to work for the evening to go do a couple things, and then hopefully by the time I get home, this camera is here and I will unbox it with you guys and show you guys the camera. And then in the next video, it will be the first video probably recording with the Insta360 camera. So I'll see you guys later once the camera comes. So I'll see you guys then. Let's close that knife. The fast charge hub, sticky lens guards, memory card, lens cap, another battery, and another battery, and then the camera itself. I thought I ordered a tripod. It's not in here though, so maybe I didn't order it. I don't remember. There's the new camera for the channel. I'm so excited to use this. If you ask me, it kind of looks like it'd be like a doorbell or something. Cord. Case of some sort. Well guys, I'm gonna work on setting this camera up, and in the very next video, you guys will be seeing the new Insta360 camera in action. So let me know what you guys think of this and what you guys think of GoPro, and if you've ever seen any 360 videos and what you guys think of them. So thanks Insta360 for sponsoring this video. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.